Alright, welcome back, guys. So I'm going to be doing a review of the last analysis we made. So remember what I told you guys. This is actually on which trade is this? This is on ADUSD. So I made an analysis on ADUSD and I told you guys that I'm interested in this zone, around this zone. But I explained to you guys that this zone might get taken out. That's why I'm going to be taking confirmation entry. As I can see that I took confirmation entry here, and you can see how tight the stop loss is. And this whole trade, this is already giving a 25 up. So I'm going to be explaining a lot of things in this video. I'm going to be talking about reading market structure live, how to come up with a setup. I'll also be explaining to you guys how we do get these huge risk to reward trades. So you're going to, and how to scale in, how to flip accounts, how to stack positions. So that's it. I'm going to be explaining a lot of things in this video, right? So in the last video, I broke down the market structure. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know what I do on this channel, actually most of the time I come live and read market structure live and also take setup, and the setup I'm actually posting into my free telegram channel, link in the description. So if that's something you're interested in, this I definitely want to go and subscribe to the channel and also join the free telegram channel. But by the way, please, you guys should like the video. Right, so last on the last video I made, I explained the logic behind this trade. I caught two trades. I'll explain the other trade in a bit, but for now let's talk about this one trade that is on AUD. Now what was the logic there? We started with the, I think we started with the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame to try to understand the structure. Yeah, this is the 2 hour time frame we used, or the 1 hour time frame. So what I told you guys is that we can clearly see that price is in an uptrend. You can clearly see that price is in an uptrend. It's so bullish. If you want to go to the higher time frame, it's bullish. Lower, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price swept this internal range liquidity trading to this point. So I told you guys I'm expecting a push to the upside, right? So after this whole retracement, price break structure, showing how the market structure shift, because this was a downtrend. So price have a market structure shift to continue to the upside. So I told you guys that I'm expecting this high to get taken out. So, but meanwhile, price was retracing. I told you guys I believe this key level will hold, but I'm not going to be placing an aggressive entry from this place because of a couple of reasons. And what was that reasons I told you guys? I told you guys the first reason was that what did I even explain to guys? The first reason that this price action, I don't like this price action because this is a a, a price action that identifies a reversal. You know what price is? A price forms a higher high, then breaks the last higher low. Now fail to make a higher high. So this is like a reversal pattern, right? Reversal pattern are usually like this. You see price in an uptrend. So suddenly it come and break the last higher low, then comes back and fail to break this place. So this is like a reversal pattern. So I told you guys I don't like this, and that is one of the reasons why I said I won't be taking an aggressive entry from here, despite everything stack up. The next reason was what was the next reason? I think there's two reasons. Go back to the video and watch it. But basically, our predictions was right, and this zone didn't hold as we anticipated. Right, so this zone wasn't didn't hold. So in that last video, I told you guys that I'm going to be looking for lower time frame confirmation, and that's the reason why I had this huge risk to reward, because this trade was actually taking on the lower time frame. Now, now you guys understand what the structure. I believe I explained the structure. This is in an uptrend forming series of high highs and higher lows. Or basically, let's try to structure this well. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to your higher time frame and determine the bias. On the daily time frame, you can see clearly that it is bullish. The daily time frame, which is our high time frame, you can see that it's clearly bullish, right? There's nothing, you don't need any price, any analysis to prove this is bullish. Now on the 4 hour time frame is something that you can actually look. You can see the structures there, and you can see that price actually forming series of high highs and higher lows. Now what the price did there, price actually breaks the last higher low at this point. So okay, let's use the, I think this 2 hour time frame to analyze this symbol. So you can see our price is actually in the uptrend. Then price break the last higher low. So when price breaks, it is a signal for reversal. But the reason why we're not going to be interested in this change, this trend change, is because of number one, the trend is very bullish, and I'm interested in the trend. Even after I saw this, and the next thing I'm looking for is what key level is going to push price back up because of the trend is bullish. I'm not looking for reversal. That's one. And the second thing is that there's no key level around here that is going to that serve as a catalyst to the reason why price wants to go down. And after price break this place, I told you guys I'm expecting price to push up to this side. So now price break structure. We have our market structure shift around this point. Now also break this structure. And I told you guys this retracement, I believe price is going to react from this key level and go up. But I'm not interested in this key level because of this the fire price failed to make a higher high, or rather start retracing from here. So I told you guys I'm not interested in that. I also mentioned one other reasons I can't remember. Go to that video and watch it again. So now I told you guys rather what I'm going to be doing is going to the lower time frame, which is the 3 minutes time frame or the 5 minutes time frame. I forgot what I told you guys there. And be looking for lower time frame confirmation. That's what I told you guys. I'll be looking for lower time frame confirmation. That once price hits that key level, or in this case, it's actually or in this case, it actually took swept liquidity. So once price hits that key level, what I'm expecting, I want to start looking for lower time frame entry. I've already, based on the higher time frame structures, I have determined where price is poised to trade to, which is this high, right? So I can now start looking for bullish setup. So you see how we are stacked multiple time frames to get an informed direction of the market, right, to frame our directional bias. And in this case it's just so nice because of we have a higher time frame or in line is bullish, and intermediate time frame is bullish. So all we need to do is to looking for lower time frame bullish setup. And what is our strategy? What is the strategy we are trading? So the strategy we are trading is liquidity, structural liquidity, and POI, and sometimes we take an order block. So basically if I'm to explain it for you guys, so we are looking for liquidity sweep, then a break of structure, then structural liquidity, then we can take our entry. So this is what structural liquidity and POI entails. You can see the structure is this break of structures here, and the liquidity is this, and then the POI is going to be this other block. So this can come in two ways. This way the price actually breaks structure at this point. So this can come in two ways. You can actually have a double break of structure to form the liquidity, or you can see price forming the liquidity at this point. So this is the strategy. So basically what we are looking for, or the criterion we are looking to engage in a trade, is we are looking for structure, which is a break of structure, liquidity, and we take the key level close to the liquidity, right? So that's what we do here. So what do we have here? After price trade to this place, after price right trade to this place, we saw a reaction off of this place, off of this level, and at this point we had a market structure shift. It's actually a break of structure, but when you see a break of structure in the opposite direction of the prevailing trend, that's actually a market structure shift. So in this case, this is a market structure shift. So this is actually a market structure shift. Now, when I saw this thing, I was looking for where should I engage in. So what do I see here? I actually saw this liquidity price formed. So price forms structural liquidity. After price forms structural liquidity, actually this is where I took this trade. This trade is like this. The reason why this trade is up to 30 hour, but the reason why it is like this is because of the spread actually screwed this up for me. So I saw liquidity. What do I have here? We have structure because of price have actually break structure at this point. We have a break of structure here, or in this case a market share shift. And the next thing we are looking, you can see this schematic diagram I drew last time, and you can see just price just following what I drew, right? So it's very easy to read market structure. So after we break this structure, our structure is aligned. Next thing we are looking for is our liquidity. Now we have this liquidity at this point. What else are we looking for? Our POI, which is this one close to this place. So I took this trade on the lower time frame, and I told you guys something in the last video about scaling in. That's how you see people flipping this account. This is how we go about flipping this account. It's not by taking a single trade, no, it's by stacking position. That's why all those times, even those times I used to post trades of accounts that I flip, or the ones you only see on Twitter, these are how they usually do it. They will if they identify the trend. So when if you're interested in taking a trade on this level, after they take the first trade, which is in block the main trade, They now start looking for lower time frame entries in line with the trade. And this is what we do. So they will end up stacking huge position and huge risk to reward. So that's it. So what I told you guys in the last video is that we're going to still be looking for bullish structural liquidity and POI setup all the way up to this our drawn liquidity, because we have two drawn liquidity. One is our forward drawn liquidity, which is which is yeah, this is our drawn liquidity actually. So we are going to keep looking for structural liquidity and POI setup after the first entry. So we got our first entry at this point. So what I'm now looking for, look at, let me draw it well so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. So this is our key level. After price trade to our key level, in this case, you need actually trade to a key level, actually sweep liquidity. So and but that is not the key. But let's say price trade to the key level. This is our 4 hour key level or 2 hour key level, right? So when price trade to the level, what do we have here? The first thing we want to be interested in is our on the, okay, let's say this is happening on the 4 hour time frame. And next thing we want to be okay, let's say this is happening, yes, on the 4 hour time frame. Next thing we want to look for is a valid structure shift on the 15 minutes time frame. The reason why I choose 15 minutes time frame, because 15 minutes time frame is decent, right? If you're working with the 4 hour time frame, the time frame you should look for to confirm a structural shift is the 15 minutes time frame. You don't want to start looking for it in the 5 minutes time frame. It doesn't make sense because of the range is too wide and you can get fake out in those time frames. So let's say these are 4 hours key level. We are looking for a shift in the 15 minutes time frame to confirm that price is about to respect this level. So what we are looking for is liquidity sweep and then this. So this is our confirmation that price has shifted structure. Its price is currently respecting this key level. This is our confirmation that price is respecting this key level. Now, the first entry we're going to be taking is actually here. You can take our first entry at this order block. That is the first entry we take at this order block. So this is our first entry. We are expecting price to come down and continue to the upside. And our take profit will be this swing high. And probably there will also be a higher time frame swing high. Sorry, this data has cut. I'll get back to you guys in this. Alright, so as I was saying, the first entry we're going to be taking is this, and our target is this high. So this one is roughly not going to be that huge risk to reward. But immediate price tap into this place. What we are going to do is to go to our lower time frame and start looking for lower time frame structural liquidity and POI all the way up to this place, all the way up to this place. We keep doing this thing, keep looking for this setup all the way up to this place. Now our second entry will be this confirmation entry that is at this point. So it will be something like this with a very tight risk to reward. This one alone will give you huge risk to reward, and that's just one of the trades that is going to actually flip your account. But apart from that, you will still see more setups at this point. You still be taking more setup. Example, you can see this breaker block, this breaker block setup. You can see the next setup you are going to be taking. You can see the next one. You can also see the next one, which is this one. So you just keep taking this until this external range liquidity is taken out. And that's what I actually explained in the last video. And when I analyze this pair, and the same thing is actually occurring here. We had our first entry here, right? I would have had my first entry at this big zone, but I told you guys I don't trust this zone and it failed. Good thing I don't trust it, right? So we now had our first entry at this point. After we had our first entry, we are looking for more entries. So that's the thing, we keep waiting. As long as our liquidity has not been taken, our drawn liquidity, we are still looking for more setups, right? So let me just hide this. Let me just lock it. That's perfect. So now we are looking for more setups at this point. What are these setups you are looking for? So as price was trading on this, I'm trying to read the market. So I saw this thing, I was seeing this one. So the first setup I wanted to take was this. I saw price sweep liquidity come up, do this thing. Okay, look at it here, it swept liquidity, then it breaks structure, gave us structural liquidity. Then I was expecting an entry from this point to continue to the upside, but unfortunately I didn't get it. So let me just hide this thing, let everywhere be clear. Also hide this one. So this is the first entry I was looking for, but we didn't get the retracement, so that one passed. So the next entry I was interested, I would have been interested in this breaker this breaker, but price not give us liquidity. I was also interested in this breaker, right? Yeah, this breaker block. I was interested in it, and it's a bit wide, I think, if you go to this thing. But price is not retraced. So this, notice what I'm looking for. More setups, right? Even this one breaker, I was interested in it. But it didn't give, okay, I wasn't interested in it because if it's not, the breaker is not clear. In case if you guys don't know how to trade breaker block, actually I'm going to make a video about it, so stay tuned. But this is basically what a breaker block is. Let's say you have an order block. This zone is an order block, right? You have price, do something like this. So normally you're expecting price to trade to this place and continue to downside. So what it does is breaks it aggressively with impulsive move. Like you want to see imbalance in those moves. You want to see clear bullish candles. Then you can expect liquidity. After liquidity, you can expect something like this. So this has to trade an order block. You look for that that this thing that failed. So this is basically what another block is. In some cases, what price will do is that if price have already mitigated this other block, maybe this is how the price action come out, then you'll be more interested in this zone. You'll be interested in the other block that was formed, and you expect price to come to this place and continue to downside to the upside. But if you do something like this, you take the trade. Something you can also do is can do something like this, then come back down from the structural liquidity, then you can still take the trade. So, but this is actually something I'm going to be explaining in details in a couple videos to come. So you guys should stay tuned for that. So basically I was looking for setups. I was looking for more setups, but I wasn't able to see. Sometimes you see many setups. Your price is not doing giving me the best price action. Normally you will see many setups and you just keep taking it till you reach your intended direction. Right. You reach your intended direction. Look at this one we had here. We had let's read the market structure. Higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then higher high. So basically what I'm seeing here is that we had this liquidity sweep at this point. We have this thing sweeping liquidity. Now we have this structural liquidity. So I was expecting this zone to hold, this other block to hold. Alright, so this is actually a trade that is worth taking. I won't be taking it. Why? Because of the reason why I won't be taking is because of we are so close to our draw on liquidity. I will show you guys in a bit. So, but this is how this trade will look like. I can actually monitor this trade to see if it works. So you just have to keep taking data. You can actually monitor this trade. And also I will teach you guys how to know whether to put your stop loss at the swing high or the order block high. This is something I will make a video about in the future. There are many things I have to teach. So as I told you guys, I'm not interested in this trade because of why? Why? Because of on the higher time frame. This is a 3 minutes time frame, but if you are to go to let's go to the 30 minutes time frame, you can see that our external range liquid is about to get taken out. So you can start having reactions off of this place. And remember that this is actually a bearish price action. This can actually be a bearish price action in as much as the price is bullish, but this might be that price is really looking to switch bearish. What do I mean by that? If you look at this thing now, you can see that price is actually um price switch bearish and then forms this high, then form this place. So maybe if you're looking at this in a different way, because you need to look at the price action in two different ways. You need to come up with the market with an unbiased mindset. Because if you try to validate the way I like to trade is I try to validate the bullish side and try to validate the bearish side. And the one that makes more sense, I will go with it. Because if you look at this thing now, you can see higher low, higher high. Then what do we have? A break of structure, a market structure shift actually because it's against the trend. Then we have price forming the next lower high, then break structure at this point. But before it breaks structure, it forms, we can call this a structural liquidity. You see, I'm trying to frame it in another perspective. Right, so we can call this a structural liquidity. Then price break the next structure, comes back down, mitigate the other block, and continue to the downside. So what are we expecting? Then expect price to come back, and there's a structural liquidity here. When expect price to come back, mitigate this other block, and continue to the downside. You see that this thing that I just drew actually makes sense, and it can be what price is doing. But why am I not interested in this bearish side? Because the price is so bullish. Why are you looking for bearish descent? So this is the reason why I'm scared of this trade. all the way down to this place, all the way up to this place, I'm interested in taking the buys. But as price traded all very high up to premium, I'm no longer interested in this trade. I'm no longer interested in this thing because of price might just want to smack down. And even though price doesn't want to smack down, and we are right that price is bullish, price can at least, when price trade to premium, it's like to reject from premium and trade something like this before it's continuing to upside. So that's the reason why I'm not interested in this trade. But this is not what the main purpose of the video. The main purpose of the video is for me to explain to you guys how we do scaling, how we do get this sniper entry and flip accounts. That's the main purpose of this video, and also to follow up the trade that I told you guys. So I hope you guys understand what I why is this thing? Okay, so I hope you guys understand this thing. Let me put this back. Alright, so back to what I was saying. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. You can see how we usually get this sniper entry. If you want to get sniper entry, the first thing you want to do is you want to look for look for lower time frame confirmation. And if you want to flip account, you need to stack position. And how do you stack this your position? Just work with 3 time frame. When you work with 3 time frame, the first time frame is your higher time frame. Example, let's say that you can work with the daily time frame. The first time frame, let's say, is your the daily time frame. So the next thing you're going to look for on the daily time frame, you are just basically looking for the trend. I don't know, there are many ways you can use to determine this trend, either by sometimes the trend will just be clear, it will be bullish like gold. That one is easier. Or sometimes the trend will be, forming market structures, right? So if it's forming market structure, basically you know what the liquidity price is not going to take, is going to take and is drawing to. Let's say it's market structure like this. Let's say it's forming market structure like this. So let's say this is the point where you see price. If this is the point where you see price, you already know our price is retracing. So you can now know the trend is bearish. But let's say this is the point you see price and it has formed something like you already know our price is going to take out this liquidity. So there are the various ways you can find your directional bias, or in some case it might be just so clearly bullish. So that's the thing. So these are the ways you can find your directional bias. That's what you will do on your higher time frame. Then your intermediate time frame, you start looking for your structural liquidity and POI setups in line with that trend. Then when you get it, you can decide to take an entry at that POI, right? Basically, let's say you find out the trend is saying is bullish. You are looking for your structural liquidity and POI setup. You are looking for this. So if you can decide to take an entry at this zone, at this place. Let's say you decide to take an entry at this zone. So when you decide to take an entry, that's your first entry. It will not give you huge risk reward, so you just take it. But as price tap into this page, you start looking for lower time frame entries, structural and liquidity POI on the lower time frame. Okay, so let me say you are using the daily time frame. The intermediate time frame will be something like the 1 hour time frame. Then your lower time frame can be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on that gives you that structural liquidity POI this thing clearly. Right, so that's it. Very easy, and that's how you'll be able to flip accounts. This is something I don't usually teach for free, but I'm giving you guys it. Many mentors don't used to teach it, right? I subscribe to many of these mentors. All these mentors, you know that they usually, do these crazy account flips. I've done it, but they don't still don't teach it. It's something I have to figure out on my own. So I hope you guys understand the video. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. We are still small, so I'll be able to answer everybody's question. If it's something that it requires me to make a dedicated video about it, I'm definitely going to do it. Also, I hope you guys know that we're actually on a challenge, right? This is something a challenge that I started previously. I usually do this challenge on my own. I actually accumulated 560K in profit capital, right? So I now decided to bring it up with my students, to be doing this challenge with my students. So basically, what we're going to do is we try to accumulate the goal of the listing is to accumulate 200K in profit capital, starting with the smallest profit, which is around 5K and or 10K. This is the second time we are running the challenge. The first challenge we did was in the last quarter of 2025. So uh, we actually did not get hit the threshold we are expecting, which was 200K. But we did decent, we made decent profit, right? We were able to buy the first 5K, pass it, buy the second 5K, pass it, and buy the third 5K, third 25K, and that was when we were trading. So I decided to, then the new year started, so we had to start again. So the whole proof is actually in my free Telegram channel. You can go and check it out. And also this year, we started this year on January, and we have been The goal, as always, is to accumulate 200k, starting with the smallest firm, right? So we have passed the first 5k. We started with a 10k account. We passed the first 10k. We bought a 25k. Now currently we are trading the 50k account. So and all these things I usually post it in my free Telegram channel. If you are still doubting it, so if that's something you're interested in, if you want to learn how to trade and you don't have time to learn on your own, you don't want to waste time, you want to make money while you are learning, which is something I really suggest. You can actually go and send me a DM on Telegram channel. I'm very active there, or on my WhatsApp, or just any Telegram channel. I'm very active on Telegram channel and I'll fill you in. But if you don't have the money to pay, don't worry, I'm going to be doing posting consistently on YouTube for free. And the setup that I'm generating here, I'm posting it for my on our free Telegram channel. All you need to do is to go to Telegram channel, look at that link that I pinned in our in the that our channel. Then go through it. That I actually wrote a scaling plan that I can take, a risk management plan you can take that will really help you. So just follow it. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope to see you guys around. Don't forget to like and subscribe.